The Prince and Princess of Wales were going to France for a big rugby event. But before that, they surprised everyone by showing up on The Good, the Bad, and the Ruby podcast with Mike Tindall and Princess Anne. The four royals, who really like sports, talked about their own sports experiences and why rugby and other physical activities are important to them. The video that came out yesterday, where they talked about the Rugby World Cup and how playing sports in a team is good for your mental health, has already received 34,000 likes and nearly 5,000 positive comments on YouTube. The podcast also got more than 1 million views in just one day. However, the Heart of Invictus trailer featuring Harry didn't do as well. It only got 3,000 likes but 6,500 mostly negative comments. That's a big difference from the video released a day ago, which got 31,000 more likes. It's interesting to note that the day Mike's podcast was released is the same day Prince Harry faced humiliation on German TV. Prince Harry, who just kicked off the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf, had a unique experience on German television. He appeared on ZIF Sports Studio on a Saturday night. While on the show, he was asked to take part in a shooting challenge, which is a tradition for guests on the show. The show's host, Katrin Muller, introduced her royal guest. Prince Harry talked about his time as a soldier in Afghanistan and the purpose of the Invictus Games. He was joined in the conversation by Germany's Defense Minister Boris and two veterans, Angelo Anderson and Jens, both of whom had served in the Afghanistan war before participating in the shooting challenge. Prince Harry made a bet with the co-hosts, Sven Voss and another person named, "If I don't score, ask the British royal." The bet was that if he couldn't score, he would have to wear a Germany jersey. The challenge was to score 3 goals in the lower part and 3 in the upper part of a target using 6 shots. Prince Harry didn't manage to score a single goal, which has made some people wonder if he didn't take his military training very seriously in the past. It seems like he wasn't even aiming accurately for the big soccer goal. In the latest podcast interview with the royals, they debunked Meghan's claim that they are always formal behind closed doors. William and Catherine gave a very personal interview as rugby patrons, and one thing that stood out was how close-knit the royal family is when they're not in the public eye. For example, Mike Tindall showed how competitive Catherine is in sports and beer pong. Catherine mentioned her love for trying out new sports, and Mike chimed in, saying that Catherine is a big fan of late-night cold water swimming. It shows that the royals have a great rapport and enjoy spending time with each other during family gatherings. It didn't give off the so-called formal vibe that some people assume they have behind closed doors. During the interview, the interviewer asked Catherine about how difficult it is for her to maintain a neutral face when watching sports teams at Wimbledon. While she was explaining the challenges of staying professional, someone, likely Princess Anne, made a witty comment about who she was sitting next to. This was likely a reference to the fact that Catherine had to sit next to Meghan during 2 Wimbledon seasons and had to hide her feelings while remaining professional. It was a clever joke from Princess Anne. Meghan accuses William of stealing Diana's ring from Harry, according to the National Enquirer. Harry's ongoing conflict with his older brother William began when William took the engagement ring that had belonged to their late mother for his own fiancée, even though Harry had chosen it as a special memento after Diana's tragic passing in 1997. Harry had always intended to give the iconic ring to his future wife, according to a high-ranking palace official. This ring held immense sentimental value for him. He would talk about how he used to hold his mother Diana's hand when he was a young boy, and the ring was so large it hurt his fingers. It was one of the few vivid memories he had of his mother. However, the precious heirloom ended up on the finger of William's future wife, Catherine, in 2010 instead. Following Diana's tragic death in a car crash in Paris at the age of 36, her 2 young sons were given the opportunity to choose items from her personal jewelry collection. Harry chose the 12-carat sapphire and diamond ring, while William, who is now the Prince of Wales, selected a gold Cartier tank watch. Later on, it was suggested that Harry gave up the famous ring as a generous gesture when he realized that Catherine was the right person for his brother, and he didn't have a prospective spouse in sight. However, according to the courtier, this was all untrue. and it seems that Harry has harbored resentment ever since. In Harry's recent criticism of the royal family in his memoir of his Spare, he even explicitly states that none of it ever happened. He says, "I never gave Willie that ring because it wasn't mine to give, he already had it. He'd asked for it after Mummy died, and I'd been more than happy to let it go." In 2017, when Harry was deeply in love with Meghan Markle and was thinking about proposing to her, his long-standing frustration about the ring reached a breaking point. According to insiders, Harry really wanted Meghan to wear the ring that his mother, Princess Diana, had received in 1981 from his father, who is now King Charles. However, it was too late for that. The courtier mentioned that Harry's frustration and anger over his brother's decision regarding the ring added to his unhappiness with royal life. This, in part, contributed to Harry and Meghan's choice to step away from their royal duties and pursue careers in Hollywood. On the other hand, Paul Burrell, who served both Diana and the late Queen, disputed Harry's claims. He explained that after Diana's death, he witnessed the boys, William and Harry, choosing pieces of jewelry to keep as reminders of their time at Kensington Palace and their mother's life. According to Paul, Harry said, "I always remember holding Mummy's hand, and that ring hurting me because it was so big. That's why he asked for his mother's engagement ring." William, however, chose the Cartier tank watch, which Grandpa Spencer had given Diana for her 21st birthday, because he remembered his mother wearing it. So if Harry initially had the ring, it seems that Harry gave up his cherished ring to his brother, presumably because William was getting engaged to Kate, who would one day become queen. When asked if William agreed to this arrangement, Paul added that William was happy with it because he wasn't materialistic. They both chose simple yet meaningful items, a ring and a watch, from their mother's collection. These items held sentimental value to them. Harry's resentment toward William stems from the fact that William has everything Harry has ever wanted. He possesses Diana's physical appearance and all her admirable qualities. He's the future king, and he has Catherine as his wife. It's evident from the way Harry looks at Catherine, or how he used to look at her before his relationship with Meghan drastically changed. The ring is not the primary issue here. And Meghan Markle's popularity in U.S. falls well below Prince Harry's poll. In a recent poll conducted by Newsweek, it was found that Prince Harry, who is 38 years old, is slightly more popular than his wife Meghan Markle, who is 42, at least among the surveyed individuals in the United States. The poll asked 1,500 adults their opinions about the former royal couple between September 3 and 4. The results showed that 33% of people expressed their dislike for Meghan Markle, while a nearly equal 31% had a favorable view of her. This means that she has a net approval rating of -2, as reported by the outlet. Interestingly, Meghan's popularity has dropped by 8 points compared to the outlet's previous royal poll conducted in June.